right now, Hamilton County Sheriff's investigators are trying to figure out what happened after they responded to a call about a possible drowning. This is playing out in Whitewater Township right along State Route 128. And that is where WLWT News 5's John London is live with what the circumstances are now. John?
Yeah, you know, Curtis, largely unexplained at the moment. What we hear from investigators and from the 911 call is that the little girl and her grandmother were found unresponsive in a bathtub. It appears a family member found them both unresponsive, and the rush to save lives was on. Sheriff's deputies arrived after a frantic 911 call from inside the home at 5143 State Route 128. Possible drowning.
I think she fell in the tub. The baby was floating in the tub with her. We're trying to use CPR.
A neighbor heard the commotion moments before rescue units arrived.
Very chaotic. He was, grandfather was screaming, and he, like anybody would, you kid.
Authorities say the little girl's about 4 months old. The dispatcher instructing the grandfather on how to perform CPR.
Completely cover the baby's mouth and nose with your mouth and blow 2 small breaths of air into the baby's lungs.
Investigators would only say the tub was where the baby's 40-something grandmother was found.
She was removed from a bathtub by one of our responding officers along with assistance from someone inside the residence. And that's pretty much all we have to say about that. Like I said, she's doing fine now. 3 adults and the child were there when the emergency call was made. The baby girl's parents were not home at the time. There are a half-dozen investigators working to try to piece this together, treating it initially as an investigative puzzle.
There was a 911 call that a possible drowning, and we don't know that. We don't know what happened in that house. So we're trying to determine what actually happened. The question is to be a timeline of what actually happened from start to finish.
We're told the baby wrapped in blankets was brought out first and rushed to a hospital, then the grandmother about 10 minutes later into another ambulance. Across the way, Kevin Walker says his heart goes out to him.
And I just pray because I know the grandfather, he was all distraught.
And he and other families are being questioned tonight by investigators about who was where, what they saw, what they heard, what they did. Last we heard from investigators here at the scene is that that little girl is in critical condition at Children's Hospital. Live in Whitewater Township, John London, WLWT News 5.
All right, thanks a lot, John. You know, it took several minutes and patient instructions from that dispatcher, but the baby eventually became responsive during that 911 call.